And we are back again at 3 p.m. this Saturday afternoon, June 7th, 2025. Kind of left us hanging at the end of the previous video, but you know, it did develop where there was not much to be seen. And once again, I am being welcomed by keeping our fingers crossed, capturing him, it, her, he, she, whatever, right? Uh, oops, going mighty slow, so it appeared. As far as overhead, let's go ahead and dim down this lighting some. We won't go all the way with it though. This is, of course, the ball light. And, okay, we do have some stuff trying to come on now. Alright, I gotcha. Let's go ahead and, once again, let's make sure we're panned back all the way. And dropping this lighting down all the way. We'll come up here and just kind of watch as this materializes. And I am currently uploading at this hour 2 videos, the second one being, of course, the previous, and that of the Saturday Sky Show, which apparently is continuing on. And yes, and I am seeing some strange factors to what is directly over me. If I am capturing that. Yeah. It seems to be moving. Once again, I'm going blind here with this. Okay, I'm probably too zoomed in. Okay, so backing off all the way, and we'll go ahead and dim this lighting down once again. Refocus. And here we go. Okay, we are oh yeah, it's looking nice now. So I guess this is basically going to be like our part 2 of the big show. And we still have hours to go, right? Look at that. It's headed this way. So that should provide that much more entertainment, if you will. And I am seeing some other things that's catching my attention, but yeah, we'll just go ahead and and this right here. Yeah, I'm getting kind of bombarded by insects. This is approaching very rapidly. Very strange. Okay, so we are going to pan back, dim down this lighting because it just tends to pick up all that much more. See how it's headed towards that. Wow. Whew. Ever so bright, ever so bright. Look at this. And I'm hearing the aircraft coming over. This is still approaching. Wow, this very expansive rings, sort of set of rings. Oh, okay, we're actually, think might, wow, okay, let's go ahead and check this out. I was thinking maybe I was seeing a second set of colors. Okay. Yeah. I don't think there's much influence being displayed here. This is an area of interest though. Oh, okay, hi. That was a big old bumblebee. Alright, let's reset. Okay. Looking once again to the left. Yeah, I tell you what, this thing is starting to cook me. Yeah, literally bending over backwards. Boy, is it getting ever so warm out here. Wow. Especially right in the directness of this. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at here. Whether this is coming out or not, I don't know. Not really getting anything to the right of the light. And I'm just guesstimating as to where I'm targeting. Okay, so please remember that. All right. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do this as like the Sky Show follow-up. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Oh yeah, Dang it. Okay. There we go. That kind of helps out with this recording. Yeah, my arm's starting to shake from holding this up. Okay, and so that is flying across. Let's go ahead and dim down the lighting once again. And just kind of end off right here now that we've seen that. And we will return a little bit later to see what else might be transpiring or taking place up overhead. Thanks for watching. We'll return once again back here on this flip side of reality. Well, I just missed our 4 o'clock flyover of the small engine plane. Actually, I was not even going to come out and record at this time. I was going to go ahead and wait until the 5 o'clock hour. But I decided, okay, let's go ahead and do just a little bit of recording anyways, and we'll tie it in someplace. Okay, and I am hearing jet aircraft of some sort. Let's just go ahead and dim this down because it is nothing but a white out glary mess out here, and really I can't see much of anything. But it looks like we do have some kind of a wave action that's kicking off. And yeah, we are still experiencing some ring action as well. So I guess there's a plus to coming out here at this time, even though I was not really planning on it. Looks like we got some interesting shadowing kicking off over here above this large mass of clouds. Yeah, something strange looking up in here. And you can try, but can't promise anything. Right in here, possibly. We also have back in here what appears something, yeah, rather different. Okay, we'll go ahead and look to the north over the roof here, and then towards the east we'll spin back around. This is right up overhead from east. Okay, and okay, I can see flying around back in here is headed this way. One of my guides. Okay. I'm just going ahead and targeting a few things here and there. Okay, yeah, he's flying. Getting closer overhead, but way up there. Okay, so coming back to the south, not really seeing much. But this is the point where we will go ahead and dim the lighting, and then travel back up. And we do have one spot here. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to target this. Mind you, I'm going virtually blind with this. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and pan back. And, oh, wicked sounding fight kicking off. Heavy hissing. Okay, that's seeming to fade off. Okay, this is really bizarre now, people. Okay, now check this out. Remember the wind directions that we've been having. This one here is actually moving to southwest, more or less. Oh yeah, where are you at? Yeah. And that is actually at a lower level than this stuff over in this direction here. Okay. And there's just something strange about that. Okay. Once again, I am going to go ahead, dim this down for one last little look. I'm going to head back in. There's really not much to be seen at this given point in time, other than what I have already shown. But these are, moving in. All of this is very strange, just very strange. Okay, we will leave off with that. Well, possibly, I don't know, maybe I'll just go ahead and kind of zoom in on this a little bit up through in here. Oh yeah, it is. No. Oh yeah, okay, so we have right in here. Where do we go? Oh crap. Okay, disappearing, fading off. Okay. Alright, yeah. We'll end it right there and possibly resume at a later hour. Alrighty, the current time is 4:30 p.m. I just thought I'd step out real quick to see what might be occurring. And so much glare. I mean, wow. But anyways, might be able to get a fix on this right here. Just, a little bit more, as I like to say, proof in the pudding of the mix. To me, that does look like a streamer, or is it an outline to a cloud? No, that's got to be a past streamer, yeah. And there's been quite a lot of air activity, sounds that's been occurring since my last recording. My phone has been getting very hot, and so every once in a while, on occasion, I literally have to put it in front of my fan to try to cool it down. as I don't have one of those apps that, you know, cools down the unit, if you will. Okay, so we are going to now dim this down because I just noticed something. Well, let's first kind of zoom in just a little bit, and now we shall dim that down, and it looks like that we have had a trail cross in front of that light up here, wherever it is. Okay, there we go. Yeah, can we see that? You know, that appears like it's coming in pretty decent. So let's go ahead and just kick it up all the way, full throttle, top notch, and possibly blurred out. I don't know, we can try to. Yeah. Okay, so now let's go ahead and we'll pan back once again. See if it's just going to focus okay, because I want to look at this. Are we in focus? Yeah, this all looks quite interesting if I'm capturing it. Okay, so let's go ahead and once again pan all the way back, dimming this lighting down. Let's just look up here as I am hearing a jet aircraft. Yeah, I can hear them all right. Just interesting stuff up here. Okay, here we go again. Are we ready? Let's okay, my phone is getting like really hot. I have to end this, unfortunately. Well, let's go ahead. Yeah. And again, I can hear an aircraft. Okay, I know this is going to come on that much stronger, but my phone is getting very hot as far as the surface temperature of it. So I can just imagine what the interior is like. Let's go ahead and back off. And yeah, we'll be back at it shortly. More than certain. And by the way, just as a quick thought that I'd like to pass along. So, of course, all of this that we have been seeing from yesterday on, of course, a lot of it has to do with the factors of precipitation, right? Um, but furthermore, it's not precipitation for here, because once again, I've shown that proof of how this is affecting the northeastern states, okay, or will be, right? And with these rings, they indicate basically like a time frame before precipitous events. So basically, with this being seen today, we should be having precipitation anywhere from, tonight within, basically it always falls within a 3-day period. Typically it can be, the following day, if not even that evening of rings. But typically, once again, it does fall within that 1 to 3 day range period. And so we will be expecting to see that, and of course I'll probably end up having to put that in as well within the playlist, as the final outcome, okay, of all this activity, even though I firmly believe that there's a lot more involved besides just the so-called rain-making machine at play. All right, but that's just my personal thoughts and opinions thereof. And like I said, I will be thankful once the rains do come, because I won't take much of a recording just to end this whole scenario of evolutionary process that takes place, and as the typical patterns that takes place in many of my past recordings of sky observations and the weather. And so, going right back to that once again thought of being glad when the rains do come, that I can have a little bit of time off and finally get back into the swing of things in regards to my diet and exercise regime. Jump right back on that horse, per se, and begin anew from this basically 2-week hiatus that I have had. Okay, and so now my right ear has begun to ring, which typically indicates someone is speaking about me. So if you are, and you happen to watch this, maybe you might remember what time it was that you were talking about me. And if that correlates to this time stamp, if you will, within this video. And one further observation that I have made is, thankfully, after 3 days, the frequencies in my head have ceased and desisted. So I am very thankful for that. So, you add everything together that has been seen and what I have spoken on since yesterday. and through today. And then of course possibly, who knows, tomorrow if it rains, or the next, who knows. Once again, I will make a recording and put that into the playlist as, you know, an end result. But once again, yeah, I will be very thankful to get back into that routine, if you will. I've lost a lot of gains, but yeah, I can understand the purposes and reasons behind this so-called hiatus. And if we, you know, come over here and just kind of watch the movement of this cloud, so-called cloud, okay. Now this is kind of opposite of the movement that we were observing yesterday and this morning. Okay, but yet, okay, we have this other stuff, such as, I believe it is, what is the makeup material that's creating these rings. It's at a lower altitude level, and it is going eastward. So we have opposing movements taking place between these so-called layers of clouds. And of course that could also be part of the mix in creating volatile situations pertaining to elements which create precipitation, or elemental forces. There we go. And as I speak, there is like a scent of water that I am picking up. All right, let's go ahead and get away from this. As you can see, this is still moving towards the west. We're going to go back to the regular lighting here, if we haven't already been there, just so we can see that much more. Back all the way back here. I'm going to end this real soon now because, like I said, the phone is getting a little hot. I am. And this, oh, what are we at here? I'm losing track of where I'm at, but anyways, yeah, there is something. Yeah, right, okay, I don't know. It has just been a very strange couple of days, but then go back to my history of content and you'll see a lot of similarities and commonalities within my past recordings and this recent thereof. Okay, that's going to do it for now. And yeah, more likely I will continue on a little bit later. So until then, take care. Current time is 5 p.m. But I'd go ahead and there we go. Possibly getting some nifty light rays coming from this. Just a little bit more that we can add on. But this is our usual time slot for 5 o'clock traffic, even on the weekends. And that's why I decided to go ahead and come out and do a little bit of recording. But I think this is to be the focal point of this recording is these wonderful light rays that are taking place here. I'm going to have to double check just to make sure that I am focused here, as this is coming back out. Now we can even see down here, in which we do have some type of a bird flying back here. Whether I got him or not, I don't know. Or it, pardon me. I do believe more likely the ring action could possibly be done for this day. In fact, it's quite possible a lot of the operation, well, at least for this time currently, has been completed. We can see a major difference within the cloud, or within the sky and the clouds. But there are still quite a few hours left of daylight, which means there could still be plenty to see. So we will go ahead and, well, I guess we can kind of zoom in. Hopefully we can do this rather quickly. Looks like we might have some coloration up in here. Possibly. Okay, I am now here in an aircraft. Yes, indeed. One moment. Okay. Where are we at here with all this? Is that the light right there? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not really seeing much in the way of coloration right now. And not only that, a lens flare probably a major factor. And looking around, I'm not seeing any signs of a trailing that's kicking off. So nice breeze. Whew. Nice breeze. Okay, so yeah, let's once again. Maybe we are getting some colors here. Okay, trying to make its appearance again, yeah. Wait for it to go back. Yeah, okay, so that's up there, I guess. Coming over here to these other formations. Huh. Strange movements kicking off here. Okay, I think that's enough for now. More than likely, we'll be back with just that much more. So on that note, we will, oh, okay, quick, Morgan, quick. Oh no, was it quick enough? I don't think so. Go. Well, I'm not even sure where I'm at. It's just too much brightness, too much glare. Way high up there and in the air. Ha ha ha. Yeah, there we go. We're capturing this. There we go. Now I feel much more comfortable ending off with this. Just makes it that much more complete, right? Alright. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. Getting back around, I am starting to sweat. The breeze has died down. Dim it down just a little bit. And there we are. We'll see you next time.